Hello everybody! How's everyone doing today? Man, my hair is a mess today, huh? Yeah, but I got a new little microphone. We're going to try this out today. See how it works. See how it works for everybody. But yeah, what we're doing today is making a cute little placemat. This is an example of the cute little placemat that I'm making. This one's more for like a plate instead of being necessarily for all of it. And then it has a cute little background as well. And then it has been top stitched. So isn't that cool? So this is what we're going to be making today. And kind of a special thing, we're not going to be, I've shown you guys, how to sew all of this together. Check out my other videos if you need to. But yeah, we're going to actually do something a little different today. And actually, I'm going to give it a minute here. Let's see. Get some more people in here. Yeah, how's everyone doing? How's everyone's Thursday going? How does my sound? Does it sound good? Sound too low, too high? I'll give everyone a minute to chat. My hair is definitely a mess. There we go. That's much better. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, but I've been working, busy. This is one of the little things because my Christmas is coming sooner rather than later, right? So this is all individual pieces. Here's the back of it, so you can just see how many pieces it is. It's so many pieces. But yeah, isn't that cool? So I mean, look at that. That's all tiny little pieces. So this is going to end up being a placemat just like this. I just haven't put a border on it yet. So this is without a border still. And I'm still trying to determine the size. If this is a good size or I can make it bigger. See, this one is an even bigger one. Isn't that cool? This is all obviously Christmas themed. Really cute. I like the little bear ones. They're really cute. But yeah, nice and just random strips all over the place. Making this cool little mat. And then what I'm going to do after this is take a piece of interfacing. And then you actually put it down. Bloop. Just like that. And then I would iron all of it. Usually I like to iron it once, then cut it out, then finish ironing it. That way I can get rid of this huge, because I have a huge 2-3 yards over there. So that's what I did this afternoon. Ooh, also I made some of these too. Aren't these cute? I still have to see. This is what happens when when I just sew pieces together. You can see how each one is uneven. So then I, as the artist, have to figure out, do I want to do a diamond shape, where I would cut this part, right? Or I could cut it flat. Yeah. See? So you can do either one. These ones are I was thinking napkins. That's what I was going to go for these. That way you could have some holiday napkins. Or maybe even just if I just do a roll up on and do it as a napkin holder then, Isn't that cool? That's the idea there. This one hasn't been ironed yet, so you can see what happens before they're ironed. They're not flat yet. See that? And then once I iron them, they become like the rest of it. They come flat. And this is actually a third one that I'm working on. But again, it has not been ironed yet, because I looked at the time and I was like, oh, I need to make sure everything's ready, So you sew these two pieces together, right sides together, then take my little iron, iron it flat, and then usually for these ones I don't always worry about splitting them open, but rather just get it flat to one side. I find it's just a little easier to deal with. And see, now you have 2 pieces. And then we take our little scissors. And you can also use a ruler if you like. And so we end up these little scrap pieces. And so I've actually have a little bag here. And that's all my scrap, see? And just a nice way to keep stuff going. And even small pieces can become something big over time. And it's all about putting in that effort. It's too loud. But yeah, so as you can see, the little tiny pieces can even be used. And then now I have this bigger square that I can then sew onto this and make it even bigger and bigger. And it's how you end up with something like this. Where, I mean, these kind of pieces are about an inch big. Most of these stuff is inch big, maybe 2-3 inches big, and that's all about all they are. Where the biggest one is about, 7 inches. So, I mean, lots of cool stuff there, right? Hello, CFL. This is what we're making today. We're making placemats. So, I meant to make placemats last week, but I injured my finger. So, this week I'm making up for last week. And so, but I have been busy, Placemats are going to be a big thing, I hope, for me. So, this is... Oh, hello, Debbie Doo. Isn't this cool? This is what I've been making. Here's another one. Now these ones, fun little fact for you guys, all were made specifically for face mask. Last Christmas, and 2 Christmases ago as well, I was making face masks for everyone. For, obvious COVID reasons, I was making little face masks for everyone. And so this is all scrap. I kept it all in a little bag. See? This is all the other scrap that I have, which is from various things, mostly they're Thanksgiving based. So that was like my Thanksgiving ones. Because I now have used up all my Christmas scraps. This is all the scraps that I have done into a little piece like that. Isn't that fun? And that's the back of it. And eventually it makes something big like this. And then once you put a border on it, you can make that. And then what I do, I mentioned earlier, but I would then interface it as well. Interface it as well, and there you go. Now you got this cute little thing, nice seasonal thing. This one is obviously for Thanksgiving coming up. So I wanted to make sure I got those done before I got the Christmas ones done. And so I wanted to kind of, with some of these live streams, I find that I'm going too fast. So I wanted to slow it down today. Also, if you look, let's see. I don't know if you can see them. Are they too high up? Oh, you know what? I didn't think about that. They're too high up. You can't see them. But you can see these ones. See, I got 3 of them already up. And then if you look up there, see up there? There's 3 more. So eventually you'll see all these ones, like all those ones, look, we're basically going to fill that whole area up behind me. So all behind me will be like little mug rugs and little things like that. Recent one that I just finished the other day. Look at this one. A little preview for you. Haven't decided. I think that's probably going to be the up direction, or that's going to be the up direction. I haven't decided yet, but isn't that cool? So that's all. Every single one is like a little square that I made, and so that way you get this really unique color variance. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? And so this is actually the really cheap material too, so it's actually working really well for me. I was very surprised. But it is working really well, and it is dry, so it's ready to go, and I actually have a few more. Last week, if you guys remember, we were working on these little wool guys, and so I actually did want to, you know, kind of finish up what I started last time. See, I got 2 more kind of in development here too, but they are still drying, so we'll leave them be for now. Put some big heavy weights on it. Look at I found I have this cookbook. All these are HelloFresh recipes, and so I'm using those as my weight. I'm actually selling some of them too on Mercari. I'm gonna sell some of them too, because I don't need. I have like 200-300. I probably have 100 or 200 of everything. So I want to finish up what I did last time. So remember, we were going to cut one of these out. I have since glued it to this, and see, you know, it's all one piece now, right? And so what I do is from the top, and literally just cut around the entire thing. Now, the reason why I do it from the top is because you can always make it smaller if I need. Like, for instance, you can see here, it's like a little loose right there. But, you know, it's much easier to cut there than start underneath and do a nice round cut. But I found it works much better this way, because that way I'm really not cutting too much away. I found when I was cutting it like the whole time upside down like this, I was getting a big mess. So there you go. Now this piece is done. And see, I cut a little bit too much right there. But that's all right. Oh yeah. So you are going? This is just for decoration. See, I have a couple of wrong side. I have a couple of them right here. That's a circle. That's a circle. That's a circle. I didn't realize. I forgot that this camera is probably not good enough to pick that stuff up, but that's all right. We'll figure it out. But yeah, it's all hand stitched by me, and then hand glued by me, and then there you go. Awesome. So yeah, I'll call you guys tomorrow about it, and we'll talk about getting some stuff ready. I'll put a little package together. So what I'm about to do soon here is release some of these, which is going to be like little gift bags, and it's going to have one of these in it, and then some other stuff, the towels that I make and that kind of stuff too. All right, so it'll be a little gift bag of everything that I make. But yeah, how I make these is a little bit different than I make the other stuff, because I enjoy serging these together. So a little surprise for today, and why I definitely needed this microphone. As you can see now, I will be appearing on your screen momentarily. Hello! But yeah, this is why I needed this little microphone, because I actually want to come over here to my serger. Now, if you remember from previous videos, we will have, this is like 5 feet or so away from where I currently am. So it's not that big, by any means. You know, the house is not too huge. Oh, there they are. I was like, I just had them in my hand right before I started. I was like, where'd I put them? Okay. So we got 3 more that we're going to do. This is number 1. A little bit bigger version of that other one that you just saw. I tried to keep the pie in. Oh, good. I'm glad that this is better than previous times. But yeah, so really cool looking. And then this is the backing for it. Yeah, I'm glad the sound's good. Now we just got to get the video quality up, huh? And so, as I said earlier, I did interface all of this. This has all been interfaced. And so what you do is you put your right sides together, which the side with the color on it is the right side. And the wrong side is the back side. So I guess you could say the front or back too if you wanted. And then the best way to do it is, let me get it settled here for a second. There we go. So I always put the heavier thing on top, lighter thing on the bottom. Oh, there it is. We'll see how good the sound is once this machine starts going, huh? Where I put my guy? There it is. I thought he was in here. We'll put these on the side for now. Normally, if I'm actually doing this myself, I would have ran all three of them through one side, then cut it, then run all of them through the side again, then do it. Because that's how professionals do it. You always want to, try to be as efficient as possible. But for this demo, we'll just do one at a time. That way I can kind of run you through what the process is. And why I do it this way is because look how secure that is. I'm using 2 needles. And then if you look here, there are 2 red threads. There's actually a blue thread here and a white thread here. It's like behind them. You can't really see it. The nice thing about a serger is it literally cuts it off. So I end up with a little scrap pile over here that I then just throw away when I'm done. Oh yeah, I gotta show you guys what I'm doing. But what I'm doing is, because this is felt, I always like to kind of make sure I'm laying it flat and making sure that's nice and flat, then go. Because I find that if I don't make it flat now, then it won't be flat later. Now you have 3 sides done, but not the 4th, right? And of course, this is the back side of these 2. So the real question is, what do you do to finish it? Because anyone can do the 3 sides. That kind of is obvious, right? Sew the straight way all the way down. But when you get here, you get about 75%. You want to keep going and then pull off. So I just pulled it towards the camera in your case, or to me, just away from the machine. And it left this hole right here. And, I would say there's kind of a diminishing returns on the size of the hole. Too small, and it's going to be a pain in the butt to actually take it through. Too big, and it's kind of too easy, and it will kind of mess with you. So what you do is stick your little hand in there, and then I usually try to go all the way to a corner. And see, now you can see it's all bunched up in my hand. Take that corner, pull it through. And then once you have it pulled through, you basically are twisting these 2 together. And one you basically twist one way, one you twist the other way. And boom, you can actually get one of these through in just a few seconds. Now, if you notice, it's all kind of bunched up. But because of that interfacing, see how stiff it is, right? It's nice and stiff because of that interfacing. So what we're going to do is try to pop your corners out with your hand as much as you can. Then take a chopstick, which is another reason why the serger to me is important, is because you're jamming it, and you want to get it in there. And a serger has so much more potential to not screw up. Whereas if you stitch it, because it's not bound, because there's nothing, holding it all together there, right? Because of that, then you can pull through way easier, and you don't want that. You want these things to last forever, right? So a serger is great for anything that you really want to get beat up on. This could go into a washing machine or anything like that and not have a problem. And there you go, right? It's mostly flat, but because this piece is solid and this piece is looser, it does have this like tendency to kind of almost look like a pillow right now, right? And so what I'll do is when I take it over, we'll take it over there and press it. And, you kind of roll it so it's flat and you get that nice and pressed, which that's with an iron. And see, now all you have is that hole. And we've talked about this before in other videos where I simply fold that in like that and then top stitch around it, which is why mine are top stitched. And I could either top stitch it, or if I wanted to, I could hand stitch this closed. But I mean, that kind of ups the price, and I don't really want to up my price. Then again, I actually don't know what the price of these are going to be anyways, because they're all different sizes right now. This is, as you guys have seen me do in the past, I really enjoy just kind of messing around the first day and, getting up my bearings, I guess you could say. And then once I'm comfortable, it's like, okay, now I can have fun and make the patterns and then knock out 10, 20 of these things, no problem. Do it this way. And it's not a bad idea to, once you start, to check your side here. Make sure that, if it's not like this, because then it's only going to sew that one piece, right? Or if it's like this, then you're going to pull so much that you're going to lose some, right? So get both of them looking like they're on the line together. And it's a little easier on this side than it is, tied around to the other side to show you guys. Maybe I should have done the camera this way, huh? In the future, I'll think about that. I'll look at the film later and see if maybe the other camera angle would have been better. Oh, thank you. That is kind of the idea with, most of these kind of YouTube channels and everything like that, is you do have to have a certain amount of teaching. And I always wanted to be a teacher. That was like, when I was a kid, that was like one of the first things that I wanted to be. But of course, ended up choosing not to be a teacher because the pay was just so bad. And the way they treat teachers in this country is so poor that it just didn't seem like a viable life. I just couldn't see myself, I just couldn't deal with it. I was like, if I have to deal with some parent or something like that, I don't know if I could do it. So I was just like, you know what? It might be better just to do virtual teaching instead of physical teaching. But I still want to do some teaching in my life. Whether it's charity work or maybe holding my own class, maybe a master class if I ever get, popular enough. I could do a master class on this stuff. And I did just drop my... Oops. There we go. I'll say, of course, the hard part here is everything is 10 times harder when you have to sit there and explain it to other people. And because this is a bigger piece, you can do a bigger hole. Because it is realistically 75 to 80% is what you want. Because you still want all of that, right? I still have so much of it that I've actually, because that's bound. You're not, it's not going anywhere, right? You could cut it, and that would damage it. But obviously, if you don't do that up until that point, it will be the best you can get in terms of safety and security, especially because I am double needling this, meaning there are 2 needles up here. which, just in case you're curious, the machine automatically turns the light on when I turn this little switch over here. And so I can't get the light off, by the way. I was trying earlier. I was like, how do I turn that off? And I was like, yeah. So again, just like the last time, there's a hole here. And then it's the best if you can get to another corner. And then, I'm kind of using both my hands. I'm using this hand to like punch it inwards, and then using the other hand to grab it. And then you don't have to rush it. Obviously I'm doing this as a professional, so I have a little more training in how to get this quick. But feel free to take your time on it. And it's also a good way to check your interfacing. See, if it like bunched up or piled up while you did it, that means you can hit it again with some more heat. And it will be fine, because it's just a cotton on the back too, so it will take the heat as well. And I actually bought a whole load of what is it called? Heat bond. And it's used to make like pot holders and that kind of stuff. I think that was the name of it, but I forget the exact name. But yeah, make sure all my corners are poked. And so, you can get a nice corner. But, at the end of the day, if it's not the best corner ever, then that's fine. Remember, these are still, being made in my house and stuff like that. So it's like they're not necessarily as, maybe professional. But I'm trying to get as good as I can, right? Here is another one. This one is different. A little different there. What I like here is I kept all the lines. I tried to do as best as I could to get them to like match. They're a little off, but they're such a tight thing that it was like impossible to get. And then that one strip right there is actually glow in the dark, which is cool. And then you got this Batik, which has all been dyed. Then obviously Star Wars, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, another Star Wars. And these are all, what's cool about this rug, or this placemat, is that these are all new fabrics for me. Besides for this one, I've had this one for quite a while. Yeah, it is a 4 overlock. Yeah, it is a 4. I have a 5 as well that does safety stitches, but I just don't like it as much. It's a little louder, and this one I bought for only like $200-300. I think it was about $400 originally, and then on sale and stuff like that for like like over $200. Shipped and everything to my house, because I did get it online. So there is that of us, like, it's not too much of an actual investment in terms of money, because for $200 you're getting, honestly, what I feel is worth a lot more than $200. Now, the downside to a serger is that they have a much higher level of difficulty in terms of how to put all these threads together. These threads, I'm going to need to go into the settings on that thing. It keeps auto redoing itself. Because I had turned it off on the other one. I haven't turned it off on this one, apparently. But yeah, so as I was saying, the level of difficulty is a little harder. Like, literally, even today, I had to take my entire white thread and redo the whole thing, then redo all the blue thread. The only 2 threads that stayed were the red. I had to redo the rest, because it literally was not sewing. It is definitely the hardest thing to sew, I would say, is a serger. That, and also because there are 2 blades here, you end up with, no chance of fixing anything, in that sense of, like, if it is too, like, if I start cutting into here, it's gone. You will cut it off, it becomes scrap. And yeah, I've done it before where, like, I can serge one thing, but to be clear, it only serges one side, right? So the other side is not serged by anything. I'm still using the red, white, and blue thread I decided that I'm going to try to keep using my red, white, and blue and my rainbow stuff because, this country does have some divisiveness in it. And so I figured that's my subtle way of being political without being political, right? Where it's not really being political, but, I'm an American. I'm allowed to use my flag's colors, right? Especially as there are some people, even on the more liberal sides, that are not exactly psyched on America right now. So I still want to show that I have pride, even though my country may be in turmoil, And it is definitely an election season, so make sure that you are registered to vote. I would say that's probably as political as I get in terms of, I'm not really a political guy. I don't actually have cable or anything like that in my house, so I mostly just watch game shows. And what's kind of fun about this is, because I have some extra here, I can actually go like that and keep it going and only search one side. So the top side got searched, and I still have that hole. This is great way of doing it if this side is loose fabric. So if it was, something like, I have stuff around here. Let's see, something like this. It is a knit, and it will be fine no matter what. However, see if I have one. I don't have one around here. Yeah. If this wasn't interfaced, I could pull it and have it fray on me, right? So you would want to then do that to this side, and the side that you interface, it will be fine. It won't pull apart or anything. But if you have a loose fabric, you can actually cut it maybe a little bit wider and then serge that. And so even that will stop it from fraying. And then still you have your pocket to put your hand in, and then go to the other side, grab that little corner, which I kind of pinch it with my fingers, you see? Boop, boop. And then pull it back through. Now, it's best to start from a corner, because that way you get a nice, I guess it's just because of the geometry of angles, in that sense of, if you pull from the middle, you're pulling from everywhere. If you're pulling from a corner, you're pulling instead of from all directions, you're only pulling from one direction, right? So it's going to be much easier to pull. Another way of doing it is, I do this a lot for suits. I'll stuff it. So you kind of just push in there, and then once it's all through, then you can pull it out. It really depends on how big it is, or how quick you're trying to do it, or how hard it is. Because something like this big suit, you have to do that pull method, because you're just not going to get it through otherwise. But take your time, get practice. I've done so many of these suits now that doing something lined is literally actually how I prefer things done now. I would rather line it than not, because I've just lined things so many times, and otherwise you got to put facings and things on it, and it's I'd rather cut less pieces and just line it, or cut it twice, get it done. That, and also obviously the quality is much higher. And then if you want the back to be something different, this is not felt or anything like that. It is cotton flannel. And so it will move still, but it does have a higher coefficient of friction. So it will give you some resistance. And I've actually thought about trying to go and buy some something that's really sticky, and then hot glue it onto this, and then maybe just do it on the corners or something like that. You can get them for a couch or something like that. That's makes it so it doesn't move. You can get some that can make them move too, but you can also get ones that are make it anchors so they don't move. Thanks. Yeah, the jacket's cute. It was supposed to be worn by me for Comic-Con, but the sleeves were just a little I wanted them that big. This was a base level pattern, and I hadn't modified it quick enough. I had gotten surprised by my family joining me in May, and I didn't realize that was going to happen. So it just kind of, sometimes it just messed with me, and I didn't have my schedule down. But it's all right. Let me switch back over. Now we have all 3 of these done. Let's switch back over. So I'm not going to go fully sew it. So this will be, soon to the end. It will only be like a 45-minute video of this today. Because all I'm going to do now is just kind of show you, first of all, look at my corners, make sure, they're good. Then I like to turn it upside down and hit it just a little bit of steam, which will go ahead and actually loosen all these, because you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like there's what's called the seam allowance. So these 2 pieces are sewn together. There's fabric inside of there still. And so if you hit the corners with some heat and some steam and all that goodness, then you can get it to kind of knock itself down a little bit. Then once we turn it over, we can really get it good. Because you want to make sure that, you're getting this side is the front side, and so kind of push it with your fingers and roll it a bit. And you can even take your fingers here and roll it down this direction to get rid of that backside, because you don't really want to see it. I mean, if you end up seeing it, because you're doing it at your house or whatever, it's not the end of the world. That's why actually it's important to me, I picked a complementary color. So that way, if I do see a little bit of purple on the front, it's not the end of the world, right? I'm not going to be like, oh, that's a complete failure. I can see it. It's like, it's fine. If I really 100% didn't want to see it, what I would have done is cut the front piece a 1/2 inch bigger. And then when I was doing this, I would have rolled it like that and, and actually done it that way, which is how like that jacket is done. You literally cut the lining, you cut the top piece, like the jacket, 1 inch larger, and you cut the lining 1 inch shorter. And that way you don't see the lining at all. It literally pulls up inside of it. That's how all the professional suits are done. And so you will have your hole, open still. Don't worry about trying to press that closed. It, in my opinion, is just kind of a waste of time, because all you're really going to do in the end is poke it in, pull it with your finger this way, and see already it has basically sealed it right then. And I could, if you're really a perfectionist type person, you could sit there and be like, okay, let me iron it now that it's like this. But, as someone who's doing it professionally, it's like I would rather just get it done on the machine. And then, sometimes you might have it like this, where this side is a little bit lower than that side. And that's, again, it's okay. That's why I like doing it at a machine, because once you press it, you've kind of made it that way. It's hard to unpress it. It just takes more time, And when you're sewing professionally, time is literally money. And so isn't this cool? I actually did it. I figured it would look good on stream, because all the gold in there would, shine really well. And of course, you got this sexy man in the front there. Ooh, sexy man. Isn't that cool? So we're going to do that 2 more times. And of course, what I love about this Alexander Henry, he is very diverse, right? You got this black dude, you got this white dude, we got, you have other people on, there's like an Asian dude on it. It's like, so I love that he's bringing diversity to it. It's not just one guy is sexy. It's, all these guys are, That is one of the things that I really appreciate about him. We saw that with the Little Mermaid trailer, that sometimes, changing up the color of a character suddenly really makes people angry. And it's like, to me, I'm the opposite. I love that there's a new Ariel, and I love that, this guy is real sexy too, right? And, every once in a while, you will get something like this, like a little bit of a hangout. And you just go in carefully and snip it. If you do end up having a piece pull through completely, because like say you didn't serge this or something, unfortunately you will have to pull it all through again and serge it again. Which I've had that problem in the past. And just be patient. They always say rule 1 of sewing is sew with patience, or you're going to end up sewing it twice, right? It's kind of like that old adage of measure twice, cut once. Like in sewing, it's like measure or sew with patience, or end up sewing it twice. Because like, see, I could do this as quick as possible, but it's like, yeah, right. The new Ariel is really, really cool. I saw the trailer and everything, and I was like, all right. I was like, that's nice. Who I'm excited for, because I didn't see Ursula in it. I don't know if I didn't see any pictures of what Ursula looks like. So I'm curious to see who's going to play her. If it's ever coming a little bit too much over the corner, you saw what I did there. I turned it upside down, ironed it on that side, then came back for the top side. And always, keep an extra chopstick around. If you don't have one, I'm sure your local Chinese food restaurant would happily give you one if you order some food from them, right? That's where I get all my chopsticks from, pretty much. I just order some food and they'll send you plenty. But yeah, if now that it's all poked through, you can make sure that your corners are good, make sure that you're okay with how much of the backside you're seeing. You can always, if you need, cut it smaller or do whatever you want, right? I mean, it's your stuff. Maybe an Asian woman. Yeah, that'd be nice. They can do an Asian one next time. I don't know. I'll be interested to see also who's Prince Charming, right? Are they going to do a white guy or a black guy or an Asian guy or whatever for that? That would be really cool. To me, I think, I still haven't seen Disney do any Native Americans recently, right? I think they have Moana, but that's island native, not continent native. So that would be cool too, to see them do like the main guy is a Native American guy. That would be really hot. That'd be really cool. Because me, I don't discriminate. They all sexy to me. Don't bother me none. I mean, granted, I'm not their demographic in the sense that I'm, a gay man in his 30s, I'm also childless. So it's like, I'm not their demographic by any means, but I'll definitely watch it when it gets on Disney Plus. Then again, I haven't even seen Thor and stuff like that yet, right? Where I really do love that stuff. And I am the demographic for it. I just haven't got around. I think, my priorities are a little different right now. COVID kind of reset my priorities, and it started making me look more towards the future instead of my past. And so now, it's about getting this business off the ground. I have made the decision that I will be continuing to do this for the next 2 years. And then if I cannot, fully support myself after 2 years of doing it, then, it'll be really great for my resume and I'll go get a real job. But for now, and for the next 2 years, expect, weekly videos from me. At least 2 a week. And then I'm actually thinking of upping it to 3 a week starting in December or so. And doing like a full gaming stream every week, and then bringing back the Tuesday stream being something different. Having it be like me hand sewing and me doing hand stuff. And then maybe on like a Friday or a Saturday, do a video gaming stream. That's why if you look on my channel right now, I've been doing random streams on different days, different times, and it's all about looking at the algorithm and seeing, see, you can see here, it went a little bit too far. Hello! So what you do is you just pull it back and then iron that. And then it's much easier to roll it and get that to stay. What do you think, Umpty? That one cool? I've been making this one, and then I've been making little Thanksgiving ones too. Isn't that neat? So that's what I've been making. And then this guy too. But this one, you know, I'm going to have a series of, like, I call it like 90s throwback. Because these are the actual 1992 Turtles. All right. And then these are not First Order, I don't think. If you look at them, they're not First Order. They're actual Stormtroopers. So this is like, you know, that's really cool. And then this is just kind of a random throw thing. And then all like little Green Lantern rings. Which that's actually all glow in the dark. And I have more of this fabric. I'll be making some of these that are fully glow in the dark as well with that DC fabric. And then I'll even have, I'm working right now on some spooky ones too. But I mean, you know, I also have, you know, this one's the Pokemon one. Has some Pokemon, and I'm a 90s kid myself, so I have a lot of Rocko's Modern Life and all kinds of cool stuff, right? This one, another one that I was working on today. And see, that's what I'm saying. All of that is glow in the dark. All of this part, they all glow. We'll see. We'll give it a second. Yeah, and that's the thing is, you know, this is definitely, I don't know, it won't show it. It's like too bright, but it is glow in the dark. But yeah, you know, the plan right now, like these are scrap, which is like just to have fun with it, you know, but I will be making some that are like this, where it's all just going to be turtles, and then probably, you know, different patterns. Like that's actually what I bought this green one for, is that's going to be the borders for all these turtles, because it has all the turtle colors in it, you know. But then it'll be like this, and then I got to figure out what my backing's going to be. So I was trying to find something Turtles related. I'm going to go to Joann's this week, and if not, it's probably going to end up being this guy, because I have some more of that. Yeah, that you can go to Spoonflower. They're pretty good with that. The hard part with fabric, and feel free to shoot me a message or a DM, would be what type of fabric are you using? Because like this fabric and this stuff is vastly different. Like it feels a lot different. Like this is denim, for instance, on the outside. Oh, the tie-dye to my person. Yeah, right? Yeah, this tie-dye is really cool. This is just like from Joann's cotton fleece. And so it is like, you know, like a hoodie type almost fabric, right? It's like, you know, feels really good. And so I use it as my base because it will, you know, give you a good, I mean, you'll still be movable, but it's, you know, it's stiffer than say like cotton. That stuff's going to move a lot easier. So, you know, but this one's actually my personal one. I made that one just for me. That's my personal little demo one. And then I decided I needed some more, so I made these for me too. But yeah, guys, I'm not going to do the top stitching today, as I said, because I've done that in previous videos, and you know, we've seen it a bunch. I've done the top stitching over and over again. Have you ever made a puppet? No, I've never made a puppet before, but I wouldn't be against trying to make one. You know, I'll look into it, see what's needed. I don't know if I have all the materials, because I mean, I have felt, right? So like, this is like yards and yards of like just black felt. And then I don't know if you ever watched the Try Guys. They're another YouTube channel, and they actually just did they do a show called Without a Recipe, where they just get challenged to make something. So like make a chocolate cake, but without a recipe. And one of the recent ones, they did a bunch of home goods, and one of them was make your own puppet. So from what I can tell, it's apparently not that hard to make. It's a cardboard body that you just like hot glue felt onto. So, you know, a lot of it, maybe I should be able to look into it and see what happens. But yeah, isn't that cool? So that's what you know, I'm making today. That's what I made. They're gonna end up top stitched just like this one. And then all my top stitching, it's hard maybe to see here, but it is all rainbow. So you can see here, it's like, that's light color, and then dark color, and then green, right? So it's like, it literally goes through the whole rainbow. but also it's kind of subtle. Like from this far away, you can't see it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I figured too. That's the nice thing about YouTube. That's part of why I make these videos, right? It's like I want to be part of that community of making high-end, professionally making stuff. Like, this is me learning how to do it now, but I know how to do like this kind of stuff. I'm a master of. I'm a professional at for sure. Being able to make this kind of stuff. So yeah. Oh yeah. I think you weren't here earlier. So here, this is the other placemat that I'm making. It's all individual pieces. So that's all been sewn together by me. And these were all face masks that I used to make. So I've had like whole face masks in all of these colors, and my family got most of them, and then I gave a bunch away for free on my Instagram for a while. Just because I wanted to do my part for the country and everything. If I had the privilege of knowing this knowledge and everything like that, let's use it, right? So, I was like, I don't want to throw it away. It's wasteful, right? So I'm making placemats now. And I've had it for 2 years now. Just had it sitting in a bag. Lovely thing about fabric is if you treat it right, it doesn't go anywhere, right? It's not going to degrade unless I do something to it. And it's been a nice AC controlled house. So it's been fine. Couple years strong. No problem. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Ooh, I did want to do a little surprise unboxing thing at the end. I just got this in. So I'm trying to do a lot with my face and a lot with my hair and everything. And so this is JVN, which if you guys ever watched the TV show Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, the new series, this is the new guy who's non-binary, and he has his own little program, his own little line here. Great packing job. Look at that, nice packing job. And so I ordered some some beard kit, and I also used the same recycled packaging. I love the little recycled packaging. And so it's like a little sample kit. Because I actually have 2 boxes coming, because I actually got so much stuff from him. It wasn't like I didn't buy a ton of stuff. It was just half of it was all free stuff, because there was buy $50 worth of stuff and get a little free bag. And so this was the free bag. It's funny, they shipped it in 2 things. The free stuff came first, and the stuff that I actually bought hasn't come yet. But this is this is just cute little products. They're all vegan. They're all, free of all the parabens, all that kind of good stuff. But, nice little trial size of how to do. This is air dry cream. So it's for after my hair. This is a moisturizing mask. So, just a little sample size. A little small travel. I think they call them the travel size, is what they called them. This was Shine Drops. Actually, you know what? This might be the full-size stuff. I think this actually is the full-size stuff. Because that one's big. Yeah, this is big too. Yeah, so this must be the full-size stuff. Because then I have the free stuff coming later then. But yeah, and this is a pre-wash. This is actually why I got it, is for this thing. It says you actually put it in 15 minutes before you take a shower. It says massage into scalp and disperse through ends 15 minutes before washing for shiny, healthier looking strands. And so I never tried that before, and I was like, try that. And it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that expensive or anything, because he had good coupons and stuff like that. And this is for afterwards, right? Apply to dry hair. This silky, silicone-free oil instantly adds incredible gloss without adding weight. So something that I needed, because I was getting a lot of flakes and dandruff. This is supposed to, not give you dandruff, but still give you the same product results. And then these 2 are kind of different little ways of, improving your face and hair at the same time, right? So that was really cool. It was really cool of him, isn't it? I thought it was neat stuff. I like his little packaging on the inside. It has his initials. Yeah, it's a queer person, and he has I looked at his marketing, all has tons of different races, different colors, different, everything, different body shapes and stuff like that. So, he's very much into diversity. As you can see, the packaging was all eco-friendly. The whole thing came in a cardboard box. Look at this. All of them break down. Super easy. Done. Trash. Done, right? And these are all glass bottles. And then this what's cool about this is that like metal too, so it is recyclable. And then he actually, I should have it in there. Maybe it's in here. I'll look later. But he has a metal key, he calls it, and you turn it, and that way you get like 100% of the product out of there. It's actually like a little metal thing that you turn, and it squishes all of it out to the last drop. And so that was another thing that, because he's trying to do just like I am, right? Being better doesn't necessarily mean you don't have to be, losing anything to be vegan or to be eco-friendly or to be more eco-conscious or anything. You don't have to lose quality. You can still get a high quality product, but disposable packaging. And that's something that I'm working towards, right? That's why like I'm trying to get away from the plastic bags and get to like this is going to be my little gift bags. They're all paper bags, right? Stuff like that, trying to get better and better, right? Little marginal improvements can go a long way, right? Because look how much packaging he saved, and his whole box. I'll probably keep this box and ship it out to someone later because it was a nice thick box, and even the packaging and everything, I can completely reuse it. Saves me like $5 and saves the environment, right? That's a win-win-win right there. And that's what I ultimately represent with this channel and in my life, because that's all the same thing. Right? This is all scrap. A professional company could have thrown that stuff right in the garbage, and I'm sure they were, because it took me this took 2 hours. You know what I mean? It took 2 hours just to make this size, because I was cutting and then recutting, and then you're like, oh, I want this to be more square, because if you look, they don't match up. It's not just a bunch of blocks. This is all random shapes, random sizes put together. So, it's all about efficiency, right? Have you watched any Cats and Ravens designs? They make soap, and a good friend of mine is a big follower and purchase. I have not. I haven't seen Cats and Ravens yet. I haven't seen their stuff yet, but I would love to. I'll look it up later. You know what I mean? Or send me a DM about it or something like that, or tag me. And if you see a post of there or something, you feel free to tag me, and I'll look it up. Because I'm constantly on Instagram finding more artists. I just bought some punch needle work from a guy, or actually a lady, that makes different kind of punch needle stuff like I make, right? So it's like buying her stuff and looking at your stuff is really, really cool. I love your design with the tie-dye guy. It's really cool. It's like I grew up in the 90s with the that shirt was everywhere of just like the smiley face shirt. And so I like yours like a take on that. It's really, really cool. You got the sunglasses and the tie-dye bandana and everything. Really cool. But yeah, I'll check out Cat and Raven. I'll check that out for sure. But yeah, guys, I think that was it. That was my little surprise unboxing. This literally showed up like an hour ago. And then just a heads up, I do got 2 new Lego sets. They're just flowers. They're only 100 piece each. So that will probably just be one day on Tuesday. I'll do some Legos. And then this probably Saturday or Friday. We'll see how the download and everything goes. But I have Way of the Hunter on the way, which is a video game for PS5. And so that's going to be like a big game hunter. If you ever played that game where like you go out in the woods and you hunt a deer, it's that, but like, a new gen PS5, 4K graphics, all that. And I am using a game capture device nowadays, so I should get good quality on this. I don't know if I'll get the full 4K. We'll see. I'll make sure I'll try to get as best as I can. And then just a side note on this, all of these will be washed before I send them out to you. So that way I know that my interfacing's stuck and, I'm trying to get the highest quality possible to make sure that, they're as good as I can make them, right? But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to trust in yourself, honor yourself and others, and create a world safe for everyone, right? That's what I'm doing here with as simply you can make the world a safer place just by simply who you buy from, right? Like the Cat and Raven, we'll look him up later and we'll see that guy, what they're up to, right? Or reusing products and, smartly buying it. Like this was a clearance item on Joann's, like their remnant sale. So I just had like half a yard of it, used it up, boom, right? All used up, all good, save the environment from a couple more trees. And, when I get into full production, I'll try to buy from the best people I can, the best sources, and try to be as eco-friendly as possible, right? We got to make sure this planet is, it ain't going nowhere. We got to make sure this is the one that we have, and the billionaires will leave us. So don't rely on them for it, because they will leave you in a heartbeat. They already are trying, right? So it's like, let's make sure our world is as safe and as awesome and as beautiful and everything like that as we can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Chris Collected. Make sure to check me out on Instagram as Chris_Collected. Check out my YouTube, which is House of Improvements. And if you look up just Chris Collected on Instagram, I'm just making actually just downloaded Linktree today. Like 5 minutes ago, I just downloaded Linktree because I was like, I have too many places to go. I got to get something for it. And so Linktree is for that. So I'll have that running by the end of this week. I'm going to get everything set up for that. And so that way I'll have everything in one place, Absolutely, man. Feel free to email me, whatever. I'm down. I love a good collab. I really appreciated. I watched your video and everything. I really appreciate it. I meant to message you about it because I was like, it was really nice and everything. But yeah, so thank you guys so much. Feel free to hit me up, man. Oh, someone calling me. My bad. Also, you see my new headphones? I got pink camo ones. Isn't that cool? Cool ones. I like them. I like them a lot. I'm gonna have to get my hair re-dyed too. I'm gonna get it re-dyed by the end of probably this month or next month. I gotta get re-dyed. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any tips, tricks, or hints for me, feel free to message me. Whether you're Umpty or anyone else, I love to listen. I love. Please give this video a like, comment. You guys already did that a ton, so thank you so much. But if you're watching on anything else, if you're watching later, comment. Let me know you're out there. All right, guys. See y'all later. Bye, y'all. Have a great weekend. Come watch me this weekend play Way of the Hunter. And then on Tuesday, Legos. Have a great weekend, everyone. Remember, don't work too hard, but work, okay? Get some work, get some play in there. Get everything going. God loves you. I love you. See you later, guys. Bye.